Good morning, everyone. As I run up, I'm just showing off. And so I'm really glad you're here. And I'm really glad those of you who are joining us on YouTube, your drive wherever you are, if you're local. And so if we have a lot of wet here. Are we proud of our wet? Yes. We are glad to have it. It was a nice, gentle rain. We are thrilled. My lemon tree is jumping up and down. So I hope your lemon trees and fruit trees and grass are jumping up and down. We have some cool things that are going on. I'm going to share a few of those with you. Our practitioner, Elaine Yuzuki, is a Spanish speaker, has decided to host a class in Spanish. It's a book reading, really, for This Thing Called You. And it's one of our favorite books. It's such a great introduction to Science of Mind. I know Reverend Valerie would agree with that. It's just such a basic book, and it's a great choice for Elaine Yuzuki to choose. Now, none of you here may not be Spanish speakers, but maybe you know someone who is, that would love to come to a class like this, to tiptoe into Science of Mind if they haven't before, and even if they have. And so that class is on Thursday evening, so that's tomorrow, and it's from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So she's already had some interest in this class, so it's going to get a little bit bigger, and they'll have some discussion in Spanish. It's such a great opportunity for Spanish speakers, so share that if you know anyone. Tomorrow, our once-a-month labyrinth is going to happen. It's in Richelieu Hall. Now, it starts at 3:45, and it really is, if you've never been or even if you have been, it's such a great experience. It's something you do all by yourself, even if there are other people there. You just walk in such silence, and it's a beautiful portable labyrinth that this church owns, and we unfold it in there, and it really is a great experience. So it's a walking meditation. So you are putting your feet and moving while you're meditating. It's a great, great, great concept. And so the women's circles also this Sunday is going to be meeting. They're going to be meeting after service in Richelieu Hall. So join a table with Elaine Yuzuki, also is chairing that women's circle. Now, what's really happening this Sunday is something quite special, and it will happen in the teen room. We are having a special workshop for teens, and we're inviting teens that may have never been to teen group before. And one of the things that parents know about teens, and some of you may know, is when you start back a group like this for the first time, nobody wants to be the only one. They want to join others. So this is a group that's just going to get together to tiptoe into that and find out that, yes, there are a whole lot of people like me, and that this can be a viable way to pursue teen activities and understanding with other people who are like I am. So that's what we want to promote. We have had such a vibrant youth center and teen group in the past, and COVID and a lot of other things just spoiled a few things. So we're starting over in that sense. And so the leader of the teen group, Maureen McKinney, is a practitioner, and she's very skilled at leading teens and being with teens. And so she's excited about this particular Sunday that's coming up. So that's 11 a.m., same time as our service. And so it will be in the teen room there in the back. So on February the 13th, we are going to have the ecstatic dance. So that's a Thursday, and there's a flyer out there in the foyer. You could read even more about that. It'll be terrific. And we also are going to have Michel Pascal here for one of his beautiful meditations. It's also a flyer out there. It's a really great experience, what he does. And the vegan potluck is coming up. So again, get the flyer. Even if you're not a vegan, this was a great, great fun. I went to the first one we had. There were 60 people there. 60 people, and maybe more that came in after we counted. And we all had really good food. I'm not a vegan, but I enjoyed it very much and brought a vegan dish. And any of us can do that, just for the collegiality of doing it all. And for a list of all of our activities that we can really, really have a good time. We have a concert and dance party that's coming up. So, check out what we've got going on. Some of these things are in the future. Now, we have a weekly newsletter that you can receive every week, and you can get all of our activities there. If we don't have your address, or if you're not receiving it, leave your email address with Doris at the desk, and she'll make sure that you get it. We also have our bi-monthly newsletter that has a lot of times a fuller explanation and monthly activities and that sort of thing. So there's lots of ways to keep up with what is going on. And remember, President's Day is coming up, so February the 17th, the office will be closed, and we will all have a rest on that particular day. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for our volunteers. On Wednesday, we have volunteers, as we do every time the doors open, and we're so appreciative for all of them. Every little bit that anybody does in that capacity is always appreciated. Thank you from this person, and I know from everyone that's here. So thank you. And so now, for our Wednesday morning pleasure, let me welcome up the Reverend Valerie Reeves, who's sweeping up in her elegant coat, and here she goes.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Tell Marie I love her so much, so we're grateful to have her with the teens. So best day ever, yes? I'm loving the rain. It was it's lovely, and I'm just saying more, yes, please, all good. Yes. So today I am going to talk about you are enough. You are enough. I know it kind of goes with Reverend Gregory's talk that he did on Sunday, and it just really spoke to me because to create the best life ever, we have to really affirm we are enough. Many of you know that I have 4 amazing children that were born in 3 3/4 years because I'm from Nebraska. That's what we do. And I feel like that was the mission that my partner that I was married to, that was our mission together. And then after the kids were all born, it's kind of like, I think we're done here. And my children will tell you that when we presented it to them, Dad's going to live here and I'm going to live somewhere else, it was more like, this is the best news ever. Because you're going to get to spend time there and time here. And I did live across the street from my ex-husband for about 4 years while my children were in high school. That was a lot of prayer and affirmation and release and forgiveness and letting go. And here's what happened. After I got divorced, I felt like my mother was calling me every week, and she became one of those mothers. So who you dating? And I always felt like I had to tell her somebody. There's this guy from the center that I'm dating, really cool. And one day she had asked me, and I wasn't dating anyone, and I said, you know what, Mom, I am enough. I don't need someone in my life to complete me. I'm enough. And it was the end of her ever asking. And she's like, you are so brave, and I'm so happy to hear that. Because the tendency, in some places, and in my mom's age and in her Nebraska-ism, always felt like they needed to have someone with them, otherwise they weren't good enough. So when I told her, I am enough, and I stood firm in that, I don't need a relationship to complete me. And the most important relationship is the relationship I have with myself. And I hadn't really healed that. It's a work in progress. I remember one of my teachers, Reverend Brian Anderson in Vista, California, he used to say, when you're in a relationship, that's when you grow and you learn so much. So I would step into a relationship and it's like, too much growth. I'm going to step out of that for a little bit, right? It's like, let me heal a little more. Because, we tend to attract what we are inside, and I wasn't attracting everything that I would want. So it's like, okay, let me really have that good, solid relationship with myself. And I love the relationship I have with myself because I travel, I go different places, I get to do whatever I want. And I have so many wonderful friends that, yes, let's get together, hang out for a bit, and then we get to go away. And making sure that we're honoring ourselves. So I was looking at Dr. Ernest Holmes and some of the things that he said about relationships. The art of happiness is the art of living deeply in the present moment with mindfulness, concentration, insight. We can free ourselves from feeling of restlessness and craving and realize that we already have more than enough. We are enough to be happy. It's just that matter of choice, because sometimes we're seeking for happiness outside of ourselves. Oh, if I just have that car, if I just have that job, if I just have that new outfit, I'll be happy for about a day. And then there's something else. And we get into that I need, where it's like, you know what, I have everything I need right here and now. I watched a documentary on Netflix. It was called Buy It, where they're marketing so much stuff. And you always got to have the newest, the biggest, the brightest. We're always wanting more, where it's like, where am I not filled up in myself? Where do I need to find the love within myself and the acceptance where I don't have to go buy and get? Because as we throw something away, there is no away. It's all right here. And looking at the landfills and all the stuff, it's like, okay, we've been in this space of new, bigger, better, keep up with the Joneses, but it's like, let me just be at peace with myself, where there's nothing outside of myself that I need, especially after looking at that video. And it's like, okay, recycle. Go to the secondhand store. I got this at the secondhand store. I was telling about the retreat center up in Lucerne Valley, and I was telling a friend, I said, yeah, they have a cave of forgiveness. And he said, what, a cape of forgiveness? I'm like, no, it's a cave of forgiveness, but this is going to be my new cape of forgiveness. I forgive everything and just let it be like my invisibility cloak, that it's like I can just forgive and let go of anything and be fully present in the moment. And forgiving myself, because sometimes I feel like it's so easy to forgive others. I let that go. Once in a while, I'll pick it back up. But dealing with our own self and getting the opportunity to live and cherish every part of ourselves is so important. That primary relationship is with ourself. I love that we have the bears in here in February. It is the love month, right? So it's a good time to have a recommitment to ourselves and how much we love ourselves. Ernest Holmes says this in this thing called You, which is my favorite book because it's just so easy. You can actually download it as a free PDF if you do not have a copy of it. And if you do have a copy of this thing called You, because it's all about you, it reminds you that you are enough. Ernest Holmes says this, you must love yourself before you can love others. You must respect yourself before you can respect others. You must learn to forgive yourself before you can forgive others. Isn't that fun? Everything starts within. And many times we may want to, blame everything else out here in the world instead of taking responsibility. I'm teaching the class mental equivalence right now, and it's like, we create always. And if we're not setting an intention and clearly clarifying what it is that we're wanting, we still are creating, and we manifest by default. It's like, well, I didn't expect that to happen. Well, did you expect something to happen? Because something is always happening because we're always creating. We are these beautiful, warm, fabulous, creative beings. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is creating something. We create that mental tendency within our own self. So then we get to change our thinking, change our life. I had one of the youngers come up with could we just elevate our thoughts to elevate our life? And it's like, well, that seems simpler, doesn't it? I'm just going to take it up a little bit, and then take it up, and then take it up, and take it up, so that I have changed all of my thoughts to thoughts of love, peace, harmony, goodness. Despite anything that's going on out there, it all happens within. And if we get busy watching too much news or following different things and so much information out there, and it's just opinions. It's just opinions. Although it's like, oh, this seems like reality. And it's like, well, I'm creating my own reality inside of myself. So let me create a world of love, peace, harmony, and not that I'm going to put my head in the sand, because I'm going to look and see what's going on out there and then check in with myself, with my body, with the higher spirit, and say, what is mine to do? What is mine to do in this? And I know for me right now, staying in that peace, love, harmony, so within, so without. If every part of my body can be at peace, be at harmony, then I'm sending that ripple out into the universe. The greatest gift we can give anyone is to love ourselves, to be at peace and joy with ourselves, and send that ripple to the universe, because we have that tipping point. When we're all collectively thinking peace, love, and joy, and it keeps rippling out, it's happening. I know it's happening. You see it in different studies that they've done where people go to Washington, D.C. and meditate on peace, and all of a sudden crime goes down. It happens. So it's coming together and staying strong in that goodness and in that love and in that harmony. And knowing that something wonderful is happening for each one of us, despite appearances. You know, when we have something go wrong in our lives, it may feel like, oh, why did this happen? Well, let me get clear on what my intention is. Health, harmony, abundance, peace, love, trusting the power. I love my power. I trust my power. It's the power of the universe as we attract other loving, powerful people that love and support our power, our peace, our love, our joy. So being in that loving space, how can we continue doing that? Because it's really easy to get caught up in what's happening in the world. It's like, okay, what is mine to do? And let me be clear on it. Let me make sure that I'm meditating every day, affirming every day, and checking in. I like to do the 5 steps of our affirmative prayer treatment. The 5 steps. I'll do my meditation in the morning, and then it's like reminding myself this is how I do it with the kids, and just doing it while I'm laying in bed. It's like, God is all there is. There's only one. There's only one. I am one with that. I'm part of the universe. I'm one with it. The stars, the planets, the galaxies. I'm one. How awesome is that? And then I go into the declaring, into the recognition, into the realization that I realize that all is well, that there is peace within me and there is peace in the world. I'm looking for it, I see it, I spot it, I know it. And then I go to gratitude. I am so grateful. It is already complete in the mind of spirit as I just release it into the universal action of the law, knowing that my word is never returned void, that I just tune into that. And it's like when I can get to that space, it's like, let's have fun. Let's come and play out loud. Let's trust in the universe. Ernest Holmes says the universe is always conspiring for our highest and best. And it's like, okay, what is my highest and best today? What is my intention? My intention is to connect with people, be in that loving space, see the divinity in everyone, because that is the namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and celebrates the divinity in you. And I see so many beautiful divine people. It's like, ooh, yes. Because if you spot it, you got it. The life is a mirror and reflects back to you. So if I see it out there, I know it's in here. And if I know it's in here, I know it's out there. So let me just keep looking for that. Because here's what happens in life. We form a belief system, also known as BS. We form that belief system. And then, right? And then we find all the evidence to support it. Yeah. It is true. Because if I would just be in that open space, I would see the divinity. But if I'm in the space of, oh, there's so much trash and there's so much all this, that's all I'm going to see. Let me know that we are surrounded by loving, conscious people that care and love this earth. And then I'm going to see more of that. So being mindful about what our belief system is, because I may find the evidence. Maybe I found the evidence that this person is weird, and then they show me. And that's all I can see. And I'm not seeing the divinity of who they are. And maybe I've formed a belief system about myself. And then that's all I can see. So it's like, let me make sure that I'm changing my thinking about myself and about the world around me to something that's more elevated, that's more loving, that's more kind, that sends that ripple of goodness throughout the universe. Ernest Holmes, in this thing called You, goes on to say, you exist because the universe needs you exactly as you are. The more you accept and love yourself, the more you will see that same love reflected back to you in the world. He also goes on to say there is a power within you that is greater than anything you will ever face. Trust it, love it, know it, trust it. There is that love, and if we could just wrap our minds around how divine we are, it would be so amazing. It'd be like we're all walking on water, we're walking through walls, because nothing is solid here. There's nothing but energy. And when we get stuck into that same belief system, then we just keep creating the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results, which is the whole definition of insanity, right? So we want to have that neuroplasticity, being open to learning. And the more we learn, the more we grow. And the more we repeat those things that we've learned, the more we grow. Rather than I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Anyone else? Big fan. Anyway, he talks about, he is cornering the word called neurorigidity, where we are rigid in our thinking and we stay in that same box. Where if we would just open up and be at that space of neuroplasticity where our neurons are open to the goodness, the love, and the divine. Being at that space of love and peace and kindness. Being at that space of love and forgiving ourselves for stuff of the past. Let it go, it's in the past. And then when we pick it up, remember that we let it go already. I don't know about any of you, but I tend to pick up these stories. One of my favorite things is to take and write yourself like a little children's book about yourself. It's like, once upon a time, there was a magical person born that did all these magical things and had these wonderful adventures, that was always full of health, harmony, love, and saw the goodness in everyone. That's the story of your life. It's the story of all of our lives. And so reminding ourselves and maybe reading ourselves this new little bedtime story, it's like, you are amazing. Goodness, love. And it's interesting how we can say this, and yet we have so many filters and blocks. Yeah, but. Sometimes we do that, right? Yeah, but I did this. And, because we know the good, the bad, the ugly of everything that we've done. And sometimes we hold that against ourselves. So from this day forward, we're going to let it go. I have a special thing that I want to do today, and I was kicking myself for about half a second until I said, let it go, it's in the past, it's all good. Because I come down from Apple Valley, and I was going to bring these little rings with me, and I did not. Because it is the month of February, I always like to do a commitment ceremony. You may have had a wedding ceremony with someone, you may have had a commitment ceremony with someone, but have you had a commitment ceremony with yourself? So I would like to do that right now. Today, I stand here to honor the most important relationship each of you will ever have, the one with yourself. I recognize that loving, respecting, and committing to yourself is the foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. So if you are open to standing, and I'm going to say a few things, and if you can say I do, that would be awesome. This is like having a ceremony with yourself. Because we may promise to love, honor, and cherish other people, but are we loving, honoring ourselves? Do you choose today to honor your own worth, embrace your journey, and to promise to care for yourself from this day forward? I do. Yes. Thank you. Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish you all the days of the rest of your life? I do. Great. And then state your name. I, Valerie, commit to embracing myself fully with kindness, compassion, and understanding. I promise to love myself, not only when I feel strong, but also in the moments of doubt and imperfection, and you will get that. Not only when I feel strong, but also in the moments of doubt and imperfection, not that there's ever that. I choose to be my own greatest ally. I choose to be my own greatest ally, to forgive myself for past mistakes, and to celebrate my growth. I I promise to listen to my heart, to honor my needs, to set boundaries that protect my peace, I will nourish my body, my mind, and my spirit with love and care. I am already whole, worthy, and enough just as I am. Okay, thank you. So closing affirmation, from this day forward, I will walk with love, confidence, and trust in myself. I choose to live authentically, to honor my dreams, and to create a life that brings me joy. I am my own home, my own safe place, and my own true love. Yeah. So I am knowing with all of that I now pronounce you the most amazing, cherished, individualized expression of spirit. And so it is. Yeah. And so you are. So congratulations. And you can go ahead and have a seat. I am knowing that with these words, as they resonate through your heart, your soul, your mind, that it's a reminder of the love that you are and the brilliance that you bring, because everyone matters. I always think of it like a bowl of soup, and if I add this spice or that spice, it's like you could be this spice, you're that spice. All of it matters and makes a difference to make this beautiful, wonderful world. And so now we are going to, it is that time for giving, and then we'll have some questions, some treatments, and some brilliance that is shared here. So we have the lovely Ruth. I love you so much. It's so good to see you. We are going to do our, yes, yay Ruth, yes. Woo! Yes, Christmas lady and angel. So there are many ways to donate. You can use the QR code, which I absolutely love. You can go to redondo.org, donate online, and you can also donate live and in person. So we are going to say our giving affirmation all together. And the words will be up here, because divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. All those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. Yes. And so it is. Thank you so much for your giving. Because I go to other centers, everyone has a little different giving affirmation. So it's like, okay, it's not memorized, because then I'll say it different everywhere. Anyway, I am knowing that it is the best day ever. And if there's prayer requests or any questions or comments or words of wisdom, I think Anne has one right here, and we have the amazing Vincent. He's coming with a microphone. Thank you, Vincent.
I would love a copy of what you read. Very important to me.
Absolutely.
Very.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
As soon as we wrap up,
Wonderful
I'll
to see you.
run around and make a copy and leave it out there for anybody that wants a copy of that. There's a little part with the rings, but I didn't bring the rings, so you can just know that eternal love is happening. And and symbolically, maybe even go to the store and get yourself a little ring or something, or if you don't have one, draw a little marker. That's what my granddaughters do. Make a little ring on your finger to know that you have committed this to yourself. We have David, and then we'll come over here. Okay.
Thank you, Reverend Valerie. You are amazing. I always love when you come here.
Thank you.
It's just great to have you here.
Thank you. Well, I love you all so much. It's so good to see you. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been on a journey, and I went to the doctor the other day. I'm cancer-free.
Yay! Of course, of course.
Yes, and I have a clean bill of health. Mm-hmm. And I'm so grateful for all the prayers you had given and all the reverends that had given prayers. Yeah. And I'm just really grateful.
Yeah, beautiful. I see your light, your love, your health. Love. All right. I think we're coming over here. And I'm knowing continued journeys and love and abundance and health. Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
I personally miss you so much, my God. But you know, every time I think of you, universe deliver. I didn't even know you're gonna be here today. It was by accident that I attended in a way. But see, in my thoughts and in prayer, I was so much focusing on you, and here you are. And by the way, I still have that ring from last year, that commitment ring in my jewelry box.
Oh.
And you know, I forgot, but thank you for reminding us. Thank you. It's such a joy to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, I remembered the rings last year, yeah. But I'm knowing it's all good because you're going to go get something fabulous for yourself. Yes. Okay.
No, I won't. I'm too emotional.
Okay. All right.
Hello, good morning, afternoon. I'm going to say something so someone says something. My name is Kristen. I've been through a lot in my life, and the results of that is I'm alone in this world, which is fine because I love myself. I get up every day and I meditate, and I'm alive and I'm here, and for right now, I'm healthy, and thank you. I share all of this energy with you. Thank you for being here. I wish you were here every day.
Thank you so much. So sweet. Thank you, Kristen. Beautiful. I am knowing that we're always in the right place at the right time. My oldest son, who's an actor, he's Bumblebee Transformer at Universal Studios theme park, his acting job right now. I'm going to have lunch with him today, but his affirmation is always, things are always working out for me. Even when it looks different out there, it's like, no, things are just always working out for me. And he says it with so much conviction. I'm like, I know, things are always working out for you. So staying in that mantra, things are always working out for me. That maybe something got me detoured. Maybe it was a diagnosis or something, an accident or whatever. It's like, okay, I am knowing that things are always working out for me, that on the other side of this, there's even more good and more blessings. And I'm just going to love myself through it all. Because it's really easy. I think for years I beat myself up because I was creating by default that little ship out on the ocean that didn't chart a course, and the waves just threw me here and there, and I'm like, why is my life like this? And it's like, oh, because I didn't chart a course. So now being intentional every day about where I'm going, what I'm wanting, and what I choose to experience. And choosing love to experience so much love every single day is the best. Yeah. All right. Anyone else have any comments, questions, words of wisdom? All right. I am going to, oh, you have something. You do. Okay. You can do it. I know you can.
Okay. I'm having a scan Saturday. It will tell whether the cancer spread. I know it didn't, but I'm scared.
Okay.
So please, everyone, see me well, strong, in every cell, in every space between, because you've done this before for me, and I thank you, and it works.
Yeah. All right, so we're just removing anything. I love my acronym for fear, forgetting every available resource. And the biggest resource is spirit. So when I step into fear, I've stepped away from trusting spirit and remembering that the universe is conspiring for my highest and best always. And Anne, I'm knowing every little cell in your body is happy. Every cell is joyous and free of anything that doesn't serve you, that we just already let that go. So with that, I'm going to close us with a big treatment for all of us as we just take in a deep cleansing breath. And when we exhale, just letting go of any of those thoughts that do not serve us, getting them off your shoulders, off your mind, off your heart, off your body. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve. Knowing that with every step forward today, that we are reminded that spirit is right where we are. It is the I am that we are beautifully and brilliantly. There is only one power. That essence that flows through the universe, that keeps the stars aligned, that keeps the oceans flowing, that keeps the planets in alignment, knowing that every part of that flows through us. Everything in our body is in perfect divine alignment. We just state it, we create it, we affirm it right here, right now. Everything is in divine alignment. Everything is always working out for each and every one of us. Always divine right time, divine right good, knowing that there is a flow of love, peace, harmony, right where we are as we just let every cell dance and smile and laugh. Knowing that laughter is always the best medicine. that we laugh a lot, we smile a lot, and we just say yes, yes, yes to the goodness, to the godness, to the flow of life, knowing abundance is flowing with ease, with grace, peace is flowing, and the goodness of life is right where we are. I'm already knowing it's complete, and so I go to that gratitude space. I am so grateful for the health, the revealing of the wholeness that we already are, for the strong, capable, amazing bodies and creative expression that each and every person is. I just say, yes, beautiful, grateful, as I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing all is well. And so it is. So it is. So let's get out there and have the best day ever. Yes. Thank you. All right.